First of all, I want to say it's my pleasure to be here at Architects of the Future, the Davos AI Summit of 2025. Although I'm in the renewable energy field, I do wave energy, but I do think there's a big correlation between AI and renewable energy, and specifically wave energy, which according to the World Energy Council can provide twice the amount of electricity that the world produces today. And I think the correlation is, first of all, that AI requires, the data centers require a lot of electricity, and renewable energy can definitely be the solution for the energy problems. And second of all, AI can really improve renewable energy technologies. We can use AI in order to forecast the demand in the grid and to distribute the electricity in the correct way to the local population. We can use AI to improve renewable energy technologies, so basically forecast, in our case, how the waves will be hitting the floaters, how the waves will be hitting the power station, and to change different modular aspects of the system in order to work the most efficiently in different wave conditions. Also to improve, to learn, self-learn different O&M mechanisms, so basically recording and identifying different problems in the systems before they even occur. So I really think that renewable energy and AI are very interconnected, and it is a part of the future.
So all of you could probably be anywhere in the world right now. What brings you to Davos, and what do you hope to achieve while you're here?
We're certainly glad that we're here in Davos. I think what we have is a platform that is a known platform globally, bringing together the best of the best in minds and the latest in research, intelligence, collaboration, and history. And so this is the right way to be, and being at the Architects of the Global Future Davos Summit, and huge shout out to John Werner for his leadership on this. This is the exact place we need to be. Today we'll hear from many minds on many interesting topics.
So I'm here because really I think the Davos and the World Economic Forum is a world center of scientific minds, of business minds, of governmental minds, and really development of a new energy field, a new renewable energy source, such as the power of the waves, requires the collaboration of all these different populations, of government, of financiers, of business organizations, of the brightest science minds, and so on. Wave energy is a new source of renewable energy. So I think my most important goal here is to create awareness about the fact that wave energy exists, and not only that it exists, but it's also on its path to commercialization. In the United States alone, according to the Energy Information Administration, wave energy can provide 66% of all the United States energy needs. Right now, United States is only on 20%, so you can imagine what 66% more, what kind of change it will make in the population lives. So really, I'm here to create awareness about eco-wave power, about the potential of wave energy, and find more collaborators, more governments, which we can work with in addition to our projects in LA, in Taiwan, in Portugal, and in Israel, to really positively change the world through the production of clean, renewable energy source from the waves.
I'm here especially for the Architects of the Global Future. As a scholar of global governance, the architecture of global governance is what motivates me. As the director of the School of Public Policy and Urban Affairs at Northeastern University, I lead the hub for doers and dreamers who think and act locally and globally. This is why I'm here at Davos, to connect with other doers and dreamers, and I'm delighted to be with you on this panel. Thank you.
So it's a tremendous privilege and honor to be here. How do you think we can help people that couldn't come to Davos? How can we help to make this more accessible and more impactful for people around the world?
I think this Architects of the Future, there'll be a lot of stories and clips that come out of that. We can all share them, and our networks can share them. There's going to be so many startups from the native AIs you talked about, Todd. I spent a year at Harvard and MIT purely immersed in AI, and just in that time, huge numbers of startups popping up, doing amazing things. I've created another one on climate disclosures to help companies super fast and automatedly create their climate disclosures as well. So I think the future is going to be a lot more startups, Todd. I think it's going to be really the way of the future, and this will spread like wildfire. And the great thing about it is the cost of capital to enter is way lower. You can get so far in a no-code environment
You don't
before
need capital.
before you need to go and raise any capital, so you can get a long way ahead.
I think that actually events like this, like Imagination in Action, really help raise awareness and achieve access to people that cannot be here during the World Economic Forum. I think that the fact that the event is a very high-profile event in the media and covered by Forbes definitely helps to create recognition among people that couldn't be here. And I really want to thank John Warner and to Davey and the whole team for arranging these wonderful events. Actually, before this event, I participated in the TEDx that they organized in MIT in Boston. And really, I got introduced and I met through that event to amazing inspirational speakers, investors, people from the Department of Energy of the United States, which are, of course, all very necessary to make wave energy a success. And I think that these events are both helpful to us as, making connections and getting to know each other and thinking of even greater ideas together and giving access to the general population.
So Davos is not an open forum. There's no doubt about it. It's exclusive, it's expensive, it's high up in any possible way, including geographically. So making Davos accessible is a really great task and a tall one. So what are we going to do to make it accessible? I can speak about myself. I'm going to teach about it. I'm a professor. I'm the director of a policy school. I can bring the discussions from Davos, the serendipities that happen here, into the classroom at Northeastern University in Boston and beyond, because now we connect online, we connect on LinkedIn. So I would actually challenge us here, I would challenge the architects of the global future. What training can we do, like a LinkedIn course that actually shares the experiences, opens up, so an open AI for the lessons? How can we connect people beyond the physical boundaries of these rooms? So that's a challenge I'll take up, and I'd love to work with all of you.
So I accept the challenge. And so at MIT, we have IAP, so they don't have to go back until beginning of February. And a lot of times we get some great MIT students that come here. And that's actually what brought me here initially. An MIT student put a trip together in about 6 weeks for 16 people from MIT and the Woodwell Climate Research Center. And it was amazing. And the whole time I was here, I'm like, wow, why didn't I come here when I was a CEO? I didn't realize that there are aspects that are accessible. The WEF itself, extremely exclusive, that's 2,000 people maybe. The rest of it is 15,000 people. There's events all the time. You could go to climate and energy events nonstop and not make it to every event. And so that student is Seema Gupta, who's here and is going to be speaking later. And she started a company called Climate Scale Up. So I helped her start this company. And we actually helped 7 CEOs come last year and 13 CEOs come this year. They're going to be doing interviews throughout the day. We're also hosting an event tomorrow at the Hotel Schatzalp. And it's an open event. It's free. You do have to register and we have to get people to come. But anybody in the world who can get to Zurich and hop on the train and get here and walk to that location. So we're really trying to make it more accessible. And it's really, I think, exciting to meet everybody here. I've been very impressed with what everyone's doing. And so I want to get back to another question. I don't know how much time we have left, but given how fast the pace of change is accelerating, what are you doing personally with your own lives and with how you operate to try to stay on top of that change and stay ahead if possible, or at least involved in how fast it's accelerating?
It's a really great question. I think there's a range of ways to do that. I think through collaboration. I think certainly, the Imagination in Action, John has 3 or 4 events a year. This is the flagship, clearly, but absolutely attending those, being part of those events, seeing who the next up-and-comers are, reading about them, following them, and then understanding, have a network that allows you to get into where are the new developers of these new models. So having a mechanism for you, rather than having to be across every model, how do you get that information information fed to you. So those feeder mechanisms are really important. And the last thing I'll quickly say is that for My Climate City, what we're doing, to your point there, we are going to give that platform to all the students at Harvard so they can build their own climate adaptation plans in class. Go forth, put your city in there, build yourself a climate action plan, look at the maps.
I think the best way of really kind of accepting change and being on top of positive changes that are being made are adopting them as fast as possible. For example, nobody ever thought that renewable energy will be that interconnected with AI, but as soon as we got the possibility, we started right away in the company developing an AI-based software for control, improvement, upgrades of our wave energy generation technology. So I really think meeting smart minds, being very open to innovative ideas, trying all the ideas. Some of them will succeed, some of them will fail, but that's the only way to learn. So I think really being open and implementing is the best way to stay on top of new changes.
I have young people to keep me honest. Being in the classroom every day, as you know, makes us want to stay on that edge. So keeping up with the young people of today, keeping up with my colleagues who keep researching on new and more innovative ideas is really the key to being up to date, on the edge, and innovating all the time.